Beautiful people, greetings. Ernest here like always. I believe everybody's doing great. Yes. I want to title this video Going Back to the Foundations. Going back to the basics. Going back to the values we used to have. Going back to the values of family, values of the community, the values we used to have. Going back to the values, yeah? The core values of our existence as humans, you know? Those core values we had back in the days where there were family values and everyone had that understanding of each other. Remember those days when there used to be cautions from neighbors. You know, neighbors has to caution you if you go astray, if you do something, you know, something which is punishable. A neighbor can actually punish you as a child then when we were growing up. You know, those things are no longer there these days because these days parents are more protective. Even when their children are not doing things right, they tend to protect them. I don't know why that is. Though to an extent, they might be right, you know, but these days, the core values, you know, that time when you remember that as a young girl growing up, if you stay late nights, of course, big brothers will want to know why. Daddies and mommies will ask why, unlike these days when those things are no longer there. It is, but it's on a very minimal percentage. Those core family values we used to have where you don't stay late nights, you know. I know some families still have those instincts, those things enshrined in the family activities, but in a bigger society is no longer there. So I want us to look into those core values, you know, those values in those days when you remember where we used to have some group of people who would come together for a common goal, you know. Goals like, I remember those days working with my friends in their mom's farm. We'd be like 4, you know, this week we work in this person's mom's farm, next week we work in the other farm, you know, things like that. Those family values, you know. So I want to say hi to some of my friends. Guys, please, can you say hi to my friends?
Hi.
This is...
Hi.
You forgot my name. His name is Sri Kumar. And this is... Sajid Kumar. And this is... Bino Matthew. See you guys. So guys, like I was saying, you know, core values. You go to core family values, you know. Those were my colleagues, yeah. They came jogging. Everybody in the morning always comes out to, you know, warm up. Not AC all the time. So, like I was saying, core values, you know, those family values, if you remember that your uncle, your cousins will punish you for wrongdoing, you won't dare do it. I remember growing up those days, there are some certain things you don't dare do because your big cousins, your father, your uncle, your aunties will punish you for that, unlike today. You remember those days when there used to be respect, but these days children don't give respect, you know. Why? Because it seems as if the family lost those core values, you know. Nobody stands up to caution these Gen Zs, so to say. So I want us to go back to those things, you know. I can only talk. Elechi Pikin only talks about life and relationship. What more can I do rather than remind us of the things we know? Of course, these are things we know. I just want us to look into it. I want us to go back to it. Remember, this is Ernest, and this is Elechi Pikin, and this is Elechi Pikin's Corner, where I talk about life and relationship. Remember, let's go back to the core values. If you're a parent, if you're an uncle, don't always take too much actions on the teachers of your children when they punish them. Don't always, you know, see it as a means of something wrong when your neighbor cautions your younger ones. We used to have these things. Our neighbors used to kneel us down, waiting for our parents to come down back home from work, they hand over, and the punishment continues, you know. That moment when, if you remember, your dad will have to spank you, beat you, punish you for something, you will have a pause. It's no longer there, though to some extent it is. Let's go back to those core values. It's very important. It will help the bridges of our family, community, and societal life. Stay safe, Ernest, like always. Cheers.